Welcome to this training session provided to you by Minnesota State IT Center of Excellence on empowering cyber-savvy individuals. In other words, to equip everyone with essential cybersecurity knowledge and skills. An overview would be learning about the importance of clear and non-technical information. Key topics covering will be scams and malware, passwords and authentication, and protecting private information. This is designed to help navigate cyberspace scams, social engineering, and overall cybersecurity in an interconnected world. Key topics are different types of scams like imposter scams, online shopping scams, prizes and sweepstakes, cyber-based scams, statistics, over 80 million in losses reported alone in Minnesota in 2022. The importance of vigilance, growing frequency, sophistication of cyber-based scams. You've been hacked. Understanding passcodes. The importance of using strong and unique passwords will help prevent unauthorized access, reduce your risk of multiple account breaches, and enhance your overall security. Implementing multi-factor authentication is another way that adds that extra layer of security, requires multiple forms of verification. Could be a thumbprint, a face ID, anything like that. Protects against password theft. Safely storing your personal information will help prevent data breaches, ensure sensitive data is secure, and help reduce the risk of identity theft. Recognizing phishing attempts will identify fraudulent emails and messages, prevent social engineering attacks, or at least help prevent it, and helps protect personal information. Regularly update your passwords. That will help maintain account security, help reduce the risk of outdated passwords being compromised, and help encourage good security habits. Now, to protect your private information, you want to use strong, unique passwords. Create complex passwords with a mix of letters, numbers, and symbols. Avoid using the same password for multiple accounts. Many of us have passwords back in the day that were 8 characters. Now, many places are 10 or 12. Install antivirus software. Choose antivirus software. Doesn't matter if it's a free one, doesn't matter if it's Etsy, doesn't matter if it's Norton or McAfee. Just choose an antivirus software and regularly update the software to ensure maximum protection. Also, regularly update your system. Keep your operating system, your browser, and your apps all up to date. Install updates and patches as soon as they are available, or at least the evening after they are available. Be cautious of your physical surroundings. Ensure no one is actually watching you when you enter your personal information. Avoid handling sensitive information in public places. Always remember to exercise caution with links and attachments. Do not click on links or open any attachments from an unknown source. Verify your URLs before clicking on them. Navigating cyber-based scams. There's different types of cyber-based scams. Like I said, there's imposter ones, online shopping, prizes, sweepstakes, and lotteries. The frequency and sophistication of cyber-based scams, over 30,000 frauds were reported in Minnesota alone in 2022, resulted in over $80 million in losses. Importance of awareness, growing frequency, and sophistication of these cyber-based scams. Stay informed to avoid becoming a victim. The importance of your password security. You always want to use strong and unique passwords at every account. Avoid using personal information like your birth date or your pet name in passwords. Create passwords with a mix of uppercase, lowercase, letters, numbers, and special characters. Enable multi-factor authentication for that added layer of security, and regularly update passwords and consider using a password manager for convenience. Use strong passwords. There are at least 12 characters. Incorporate a mix of, like I said, uppercase letters, lowercase letters, numbers, and special characters. Make sure they're unique for each account and regularly update them to enhance protection against cyber threats. You do have a risk of at a public wireless network. If you're using them, public wireless networks are very vulnerable to cyber attacks. Hackers can intercept that data transmitted over a public Wi-Fi. A public Wi-Fi would be like at the airport, okay, something like that. Avoid accessing sensitive information like banking details on public networks. Consider using a virtual private network or a VPN for secure browsing on public Wi-Fi. Be cautious of fake Wi-Fi networks set up by cyber criminals to steal data. Okay. Consider your physical surroundings. Keep sensitive information secure by avoiding public Wi-Fi networks for your important tasks like banking. Be cautious of your physical surroundings when handling private data to prevent unauthorized access. Avoid sharing personal information in public places to minimize the risk of data breaches. There are types of scams and fraud reports. There's imposter scams, online shopping, prize, sweepstakes, lotteries. Again, over 80 million in losses reported alone in Minnesota just in 2022. Examples of spoofing and phishing. Spoofing attacks are used in phishing schemes to deceive individuals. Okay, phishing scams also often involve emails that appear legitimate, prompting the recipient to provide personal information. Okay, help! I'm stuck. I'm your grandson. I'm stuck and I have no money. Okay, please send me $20 or $200. Spoof websites created in phishing attacks mimic authentic sites to trick individuals into entering sensitive data. I've seen spoof sites for the United States Post Office that unless you looked really close, you wouldn't know it. Sometimes it's just a letter in the URL or a number that isn't English, but some other language. It looks similar, like an A that's slanted and tilted. Phishing emails may contain urgent requests or generic greetings to manipulate recipients. Social engineering tactics. These are some of the ways they do it. They exploit human behavior. So they try to obtain sensitive information by manipulating human behavior. Then they build trust so that you will provide information or money. Exploiting human behavior and manipulating victims into providing information. So both the exploiting and the building trust. Recognizing social engineering attacks. Social engineering involves exploiting that human behavior to obtain that sensitive information. Cyber criminals start building trust with victims to manipulate them into providing information or even money. Attacks often use fear tactics to deceive victims. Understanding social engineering is crucial to protect against scams, phishing, and malware. Some of the more common social engineering tactics would be phishing. That's deceptive emails or messages to trick individuals into revealing sensitive information. Pretexting, creating a false scenario to obtain personal information from the target. Baiting, offering something enticing to lure individuals into sharing confidential data. Tailgating, unauthorized individuals following someone into a secure area to gain access. Or quid pro quo, offering a service in exchange for sensitive information. Those are some of the common ways. Stay safe on social media. Be sure to enable your privacy settings. Control who can view your information on social media platforms. Be cautious with personal details. Prevent potential misuse by being careful about the personal details you share online. Enable multi-factor authentication, MFA. Add an extra layer of protection by enabling MFA on your social media platforms. So remember, control who can view you, control who can view your post, be cautious about information shared, and regularly review and adjust privacy settings because they do change, whether you're in Instagram, Twitter, or X, or Facebook, or Snapchat. Understand spoofing attacks. Spoofing attacks involve a malicious party impersonating another device or even another user. The goal is to get access to sensitive information or systems. Common targets include emails, IP addresses, and websites. Common techniques used: sending emails from a foreign address, altering IP address to impersonate another device, or creating a fake website that looks legitimate. That's a very popular one, especially on Facebook with trying to sell items. Definition of spoofing attacks. Spoofing attacks involve a malicious party impersonating another device or user. The goal is to gain access to sensitive information or into a system. Common targets include emails, again, IP addresses, and websites. Common techniques would be email spoofing, sending emails from a forged address; IP spoofing, altering IP address to impersonate another; website spoofing, creating a fake website that looks legit. Example of a successful spoof: Weird Al Yankovic's Eat It, which is a parody of Michael Jackson's Beat It. The Starving Games, parody of the Hunger Games. Okay. Characteristics of a well-received parody: it's clever and witty humor, respectful nod to the original work, relatable and recognizable references, elements that make a parody stand out, a unique twist on the original, high production quality, strong performances by actors or musicians. Tips for creating a humorous and engaging parody: understand the source material thoroughly, use exaggeration and absurdity, keep the audience in mind, and balance humor with respect for the original. So you can identify and avoid phishing attempts. Recognize the common characteristics: emails with poor grammar and spelling mistakes, unfamiliar or unexpected senders, suspicious attacks or links. Be cautious of urgent requests for personal information. Legitimate organizations rarely ask for sensitive information via email. Verify the requests through official channels. Avoid clicking on suspicious links in emails. Hover with your mouse over links to check their destination. Use bookmarks or type the URL directly into the browser. Verify the sender's email address before responding. Check for a slight misspelling or unusual domain names. Check the sender through a known trusted method. Look out for generic greetings and emails requesting sensitive information. Phishing emails often use generic greetings like "Dear customer." Legitimate emails usually address you by name. Recognize phishing schemes. Phishing schemes involve spoofing techniques to trick individuals into divulging sensitive information. Scammers also often send emails appearing to be from legitimate sources requesting personal data verification. Clicking on these links in your emails can lead to fake websites where passwords and financial details are solicited. Be cautious of urgent requests or generic greetings in emails, common tactics used in phishing attempts. Spotting phishing emails. Check for generic greetings again. Look for suspicious links. Verify sender's email. Avoid sharing personal information, and be cautious of unexpected requests. Red flags in phishing emails: unusual sender, email address, or domain. If it's unfamiliar or there's a slight misspelling or variation in the domain name. Urgent language demanding immediate attention. Be cautious of these that create a sense of urgency. Scammers often use urgent language to pressure you into making quick decisions. Generic greeting without personalizations. Legitimate emails usually address you by name. Be wary of emails that use generic greetings like "Dear customer" or "Hello." Poor grammar is a dead giveaway. Professional emails are typically free of spelling and grammar errors. Multiple errors can be a sign of a phishing attempt. Suspicious links or attachments. Do not ever click on links or download attachments from unknown sources. Always use your mouse and hover over the links to see the actual URL before clicking. Understand urgency tactics. Cyber criminals also try to create this sense of urgency in phishing emails to prompt immediate action, give you no time to think. Urgency tactics are used to manipulate individuals into clicking on malicious links or providing sensitive information. It is crucial to be cautious and skeptical of emails that create a sense of urgency, as they may be part of a phishing scam. So remember the generic greetings, the important account information, or action required immediately. Risk of sharing passwords. Sharing passwords with others, even your friends and family, can compromise your online security. Sharing passwords can lead to identity theft and unauthorized access to personal accounts. Using the same password for multiple accounts also increases the risk of unauthorized access to sensitive information. It's crucial to create unique passwords for each account to enhance cybersecurity. Insecure platforms, avoid sending or saving passwords through insecure platforms to prevent the potential data breaches. Deceptive links can lead to fraudulent websites that mimic legitimate ones. These links are designed to trick individuals into revealing sensitive information like passwords and credit card details. Always hover with your mouse over links to verify the URL before clicking to avoid falling victim to phishing scams. Be cautious of urgent message prompting immediate action, as they are really just common tactics used in phishing attempts. Threats used by scammer. So we talked about phishing, social engineering, and they both exploit human behavior. Recognizing typos, looking for spelling mistakes, pay attention to grammar, be cautious of emails with requests, urgent requests. Typos in email addresses or domain names can indicate phishing attempts, and verify the legitimacy of emails with typos by contacting the supposed sender directly. So identify these common phishing attempts, okay? Recognize them, verify them, be cautious, avoid sharing, and stay vigilant and report them. Responding to phishing attacks, how to avoid, how to identify, okay? Like I said, be cautious, verify, and look for generic greetings. Responding, change your password immediately if you suspect a phishing attempt. Enable multi-factor authentication for that added layer of security. And then always connect your IT support if you believe you've fallen victim to a phishing scam. Risk of malicious attachment are files sent via email or messages that contain harmful software. Clicking on these can lead to malware infections on your device. Common types of malware malicious attachments include executable files, PDFs with embedded malware, and infected documents. Be cautious of unexpected attachments, especially from unknown senders. Don't click on them, don't open them. Always verify the source of the attachment before opening it to prevent any potential security risk. Understanding different types of malware. We have ransomware, spyware, adware, Trojan horses, and rootkits. Ransomware is that software that encrypts files and demands ransom for decryption, often spreads through phishing emails or malicious downloads. Spyware secretly monitors and collects your user information, could be doing your keystrokes, can be used to track browsing habits and steal your personal information. Adware automatically displays or downloads advertising material, often bundled with free software, and can really slow down your devices. Trojan horses. This is malware designed as legitimate software. It can create backdoors for other malware to enter your system. Rootkits. Software designed to get unauthorized root access to a computer. Can hide the presence of other malware and is often difficult to detect. Protecting against malware. The importance of malware protection, recognizing the signs, best practices for the attacks using antivirus software, and regular scans and updates for malware protection. Those will all help. Importance of software updates. The importance of software updates is crucial for cybersecurity. Often includes patches to fix security vulnerabilities. Benefits of software updates: it enhances your software and adds new features. and it provides devices from cyber threats and helps ensure compatibility. Risks of neglecting your software updates. Neglecting it can leave devices vulnerable to exploitation by cyber criminals. Timely software updates for security. So remember the importance of your regular software updates, the benefits of your timely software updates, and the risk of neglecting software updates. Selecting automated software updates. Regularly check for software updates to ensure your devices are protected. Opt for automated software updates to streamline the process and enhance security. Select software that offers automatic updates to stay ahead of potential security risks. Enable the automatic updates on all your devices for consistent protection against cyber threats. And you can set these automated updates for in the middle of the night when you're sleeping, so it doesn't disturb what you're doing. Protecting devices with automatic locks. Enable automatic screen lock on all devices when not in use. You can set up authentication such as fingerprint or facial recognition for added security. You can implement automatic device encryption to protect data in case of theft or loss. And you can use a remote device management tool to lock or wipe devices remotely if they are lost or stolen. Dual factor authentication adds that, like I said, extra layer of security. Requires users to provide 2 different factors to verify their identity. Factors can include something you know, like a password, and something you have, like a security token. It enhances security by making it harder for the unauthorized users to access account. Commonly used in online banking, email services, and other more sensitive accounts. So again, enhancing your security with dual authentication. It could be a password, it could be a code sent to a mobile device, could be a code generated by an app, code sent to an email, lots of different ways to do this. The benefits are it significantly reduces the risk of unauthorized access. Avoid sharing your personal information, safeguard your private data. Risk of sharing. Your names, your faces can be used in scamming initiatives. Exercise routines and fitness statistics from health apps can be exploited by criminals. Personal interests and credit card information can be shared during online shopping, pose risks. Importance of data encryption and implementing multi-factor authentication. So again, you want to ensure your data integrity, helps be in compliance, and then you want the multi-factor authentication to add that extra layer of security to reduce the risk of unauthorized access. Backup data for protection. Regularly back up your data. Set it as an automatic backup. Verify your backup integrity, encrypt your backups, and create a backup schedule. These are all things to ensure your data is consistently protected. Safely storing personal information. Again, use encrypted storage solutions. Implement strong password protections. Enable your 2-factor authentication. Regularly update security software. And avoid sharing personal information. Risk of using public Wi-Fi. Again, you have that increased vulnerability to cyber attack, potential for data interception, exposure to malicious network spoofing, risk of unauthorized access to personal information, and lack of encryption for data transmission. Avoid cyber attacks on public networks. Use a VPN when connecting. Avoid doing sensitive things such as online banking and public Wi-Fi. Be cautious of public Wi-Fi's and consider using a firewall when on public networks. Keep physical devices secure. Avoid leaving them unattended in public places, and properly dispose of electronic devices to ensure data breaches. Be cautious of shoulder surfers when entering sensitive data. Now, erasing personal data from devices. You can use a secure erase tools. You can double check all folders and drivers. You can consider resetting devices to factory settings. You can verify cloud services, and you can back up essential data. Okay, so if you want to erase your tools, you could completely wipe out personal data, and you could double check all your folders and Sure, you have no personal information remaining, especially if you're handing down your computer or your tablet to another member in your family, or make sure you have all your personal information out of there. You could always reset devices to factory settings. That's what I do when I hand down, like I handed down my Kindle to my grandkids, and when I bought a new one. So I did it back to the factory. So I knew nothing else was left on there. Verify cloud services, check for backups. I do backup to the cloud and I sync it. And you can do have an external storage, a hard drive, external hard drive, or a flash drive or thumb drive. Any sort of external device could also be a backup. Be cautious of shoulder surfers. Can't even say it. Be aware of individuals trying to view your screen or keyboard in public places. Avoid typing sensitive information. Use privacy screens on your devices to help prevent shoulder surfing, or ensure your screen is not visible to others when entering passwords or personal data. Properly disposing of electronic devices. Okay, it's crucial for cybersecurity. When disposing, ensure all personal data is completely wiped. Deleting files is not enough. Use specialized software to securely erase data before disposal. Okay, so if it's, you could reformat a hard drive, that would get rid of everything. Okay, just simply deleting it doesn't always do it. People leave it out in the trash and don't realize that it's sitting there. Properly disposing is crucial. Like I said, very crucial. Stay safe. Importance of staying vigilant and proactive in cybersecurity. Protecting your personal information is crucial. Creating those strong, unique passwords. Recognize and avoid phishing attempts. And the importance of software updates in trying to mitigate security risks. And some of the best practices are that strong, unique password, employ antivirus software, regularly install updates, be cautious of your physical surroundings, and avoid sharing devices with others. And of course, never leave your devices unattended. This has been provided for you today by the Minnesota State IT Center of Excellence. There are 8 centers of excellence throughout Minnesota. The IT Center of Excellence is located at Metro State University. You may contact Janice Annison, the Executive Director, for more information, or contact us. Our website is minnesotatechresources.org, or we have an email, minstateitcoe@metrostate.edu, or a phone number. And thank you for participating today.